in Ciso. Oh, it's fabulous! A strike to get you up off your seats.
Hello and welcome to Seagulls Social, Season 5, Episode 12. This is the Manchester City review, and I'm joined by Benedict Spalding, everyone.
Yay.
Finally, we've got him back on the pod. He's made a special guest appearance. Had to pay him a bit, but he's back.
Yeah, so I'm at my mum and dad's and don't have a podcast mic, so if my mic sounds horrendous, I do apologise. And also, I think doing a podcast with three people that have been MIA recently. Jack's now MIA. He said he was going to be on a podcast, but it's 9:30 in the morning on a Sunday and he's nowhere to be seen. Is he still in Albion kebabs? Who knows? Hopefully we'll message us
Most likely.
soon. Yeah, most likely. But no, it's good to be back, mate. Obviously, an unbelievable result yesterday. Something was in the air, wasn't it? I mean, before the game, I definitely didn't think, I was like, there's no way City lose 4 in a row. Can't happen. But they did.
Impossible.
Like, yeah, the atmosphere in the stadium sounded unbelievable. couldn't go, unfortunately, because it was our mate's birthday. But even the commentator was giving the Amex crowd their flowers, which is something that is very, very rare. You don't hear good atmosphere and the Amex in the same sentence too often. So, yeah, the North Stand and everyone else brought it and definitely helped carry the boys over the line and get an unbelievable result, putting us in the top 4 for now.
Mate, top 4. I can definitely attest to that. I was at the game, and fair play to the North Stand. I think there was a period in the second half when we were 1-0 down, and for about 10 minutes it was just non-stop noise from the North Stand. So yeah, massive credit to the boys. The whole stadium, to be fair, like you could just, in that second half, you could tell something was brewing. Slowly, something was happening. A little bit of magic was about to happen, and you could just tell from that second half. As soon as Baleba came on, mate, honestly, there was at one point,
oh my God.
I don't know if you remember, when that half turn on the box, unbelievable. Like that little half turn took on about 3 players, and that just, you could just feel all the fans, the players, everyone just got energised. But yeah, the atmosphere, big shout out to the Amex yesterday, because that was one of the loudest I think I've ever experienced it at the Amex. So yeah, unbelievable support.
Do you remember earlier in the week, Wednesday night, we were speaking to our friend Alex at work, who's actually funny enough a Brighton fan as well. We were talking about like having midfielders that can just change the game and run the game, and we were saying Billy Gilmour wasn't that. But then you see Baleba then come on in the second half and completely change the game. Just one person flipped the game and dominated so much. I think was it the second goal that when he won the ball and just threaded the ball through. He's really patient on the ball, threaded the ball through to Welbeck, who flicks it onto João Pedro, and then we go, and it's a goal. That's the winner. Yeah. So yeah, Baleba was the ultimate game changer, and yeah, deserved player of the match for sure.
Well, in the stadium, João Pedro got the man of the match, and then I saw Baleba with the man of the match trophy after the game. So yeah, I was a bit confused, but either or, they were both brilliant when they came on. So yeah, massive impact. Great substitutions again from Herzler. It's weird, isn't it? We either say his substitutes are really good or they're really bad. There's no in between with Herzler. Yeah. But credit to him. Yesterday, he definitely made the right choice.
Always keeps us on his toes, on our toes.
Yeah. He's doing it on purpose, I think. He's doing it on purpose. But yeah, Ben. First half, let's be real. Man City didn't look like a team that had lost 4 on the bounce. Sorry, 3 on the bounce even. So they did come up. You know, Savinho was doing quite well against Estepinian. And then, you know, we had a few issues here and there. We didn't look that great in the first half. But, Verbruggen, unbelievable in the stick. Savinho, early chance. Were you worried when you saw Savinho going at Estepinian like that?
Yeah, he looked like he had an extra yard of pace, really, as well. And I've got Savinho I think I had him in my draft as well, but you know, I would rather him not score, of course. My loyalty is at Brighton, not on my FPL draft. But I think that first half was exactly the first half I was expecting, to be honest, because I was fully expecting City to win that game. Like I said earlier, like there's no chance they were going to lose 4 in a row. So yeah, I wasn't too disappointed when I saw that game. I saw that first half, but you know, we had our chances in that half as well, which gave me a glimmer of hope for what the second half could bring. Part of me, whilst watching that first half, thought, you know, we've witnessed the first half against Tottenham where it's not been great, and we've completely flipped it in the second half. So part of me thought there's always a second half we can completely change a game, which we did. But those first chances against in the first half of City, thought they could have had 2 or 3, to be honest, and they did deserve that Haaland goal. Let's be honest. He showed his class once again, because he's been on a bit of a bad spell apparently. Even though he's still got like 13 goals in 12 games this season, so that's his bad spell apparently.
Yeah, that's his bad patch.
But yeah, he just completely completely bodied Van Heck, really, didn't he? Or just not really bodied him, but just really handled him well and used his body to guard the ball. And that was a very, very well deserved goal for them.
Well, we spoke about it in the preview as well, me and Jack. We said about how that battle between Van Hecker and Haaland would be potentially a big one. And, mate, I thought Igor and Van Hecker handled Haaland brilliantly. I thought massive credit to Igor. He was brilliant again yesterday. And for some reason, there's still a small faction of Brighton fans that still don't really rate Igor. But the fact that you got to remember, he's not starting.
I can't understand that.
Yeah, mate. First of all, right, Dunky's obviously going to start. When he's fit, it's going to be Duncan Van Hecker 9 times out of 10.
Is he, though?
But
I mean, obviously he is, but like, in terms of ability this season.
Are we going there, Ben? We're going Dunky's getting dropped for Igor.
No, I think it's too early to say that Dunky will be dropped from the team, but that day will come. And sometimes we're seeing signs like, obviously, we don't know how Dunk would have done against Citeh, but Igor definitely has more pace than Dunk, which is quite vital when you're playing a team like Man City. So sometimes you could say if you're setting up against a certain team or player, you might go for the more physical, the more pacey centre back like Igor, and Igor has strength and pace, which is incredible for a centre back. So, I mean, Dunk would have started, of course, but weirdly, I was quite happy when I saw Van Heck and Igor's name. I was confident that those two would do the job.
Yeah, no, mate, 100%. I just wanted to shout out to Igor because, for some strange reason, people still don't really rate him. They all think he's a bit, subpar. And I feel like for someone who's basically come in as an understudy, he knew when he came in, he's not going to basically start ahead of Van Hecker and Dunky. And the fact that when given his chance, I feel like he's taking it with both hands. So, big shout out to him. I thought he dealt with Haaland's presence really, really well. And even when he was on the ball, I thought as well, like that's what a lot of people are doubting, is like ball playing ability. But I thought he made some good passes.
I thought he was quite solid.
Yeah, he looked quite confident as well on the ball, which is another big thing as well. So big credit to him. I thought him and Van Hecker were brilliant.
If we're talking about passes from the back, though, I do want to say Van Hecker's passing was insane. There were some long range balls that he done that were just phenomenal. I'm pretty sure he set up the first one. He just sprayed the ball out wide to Matoma, but he done that on a number of occasions. Reminds me of Van Dijk just hitting the ball to Salah every time. So that's kind of our version of that. Van Heck will just see Matoma making it on the other flank, ping it to him.
Was that the Mane pass are you talking about, or are you talking about the Salah one? Do you remember the Mane one?
No, when
outrageous.
No, I don't remember the Mane one. No.
In the Champions League, it was mad. But anyway, we're not here to talk about Liverpool, are we? We're here to talk about Brighton. So Van Hecker's range of passes is a joke. But Dunky, that's one thing I think we do miss with Dunk. His range of passing is outrageous as well. So that is one big trait that I think we miss with Dunky when he's not in the team. But like you said, if Van Hecker's taken over the mantle, then all good from me. But just quickly, firstly on that first goal, just wanted to mention, you did say Haaland took his goal. It was a bit scrappy. I thought Van Hecker was unlucky not to clear it in the end. But credit to Kovacic, because twice he put he put two really good balls in. First for the Haaland chance, which obviously he scored, and then the one that was, and also as well, actually, Ayari involved in that goal actually as well. I want to talk about. Obviously, he ended up giving the ball away. And he ended up getting dragged at half time. He was on a yellow card, so I think it made a lot of sense. But it was a shame because obviously I don't think he had his best game, Ayari. I still rate him. I think he's a fantastic player, and I think it was just a one-off, big game against Man City. Sometimes these things happen. But
we saw what we can do when he against Liverpool away. I was kind of again, I was very confident when I saw his name in the team sheet in the starting 11 again. But it was just a shame that I think that early booking really killed him. I wouldn't put too much blame on him for that goal because everyone puts like a stray pass and that happens. But Kovacic made it count really, didn't he? That just shows the level in the Prem. Ayari's probably thought but probably shouldn't do that too much because one unbelievable pass and the opposition's through really.
My only thing on Ben, and I would love to get your opinion on it. What did you think when you saw Hinchwood and Ayari lining up together? My only thing was I felt like we missed a bit of physical presence. Obviously with Baleba out the team, you missed that absolute beast in centre midfield, just sort of driving through. And I felt like with Ayari and Hinchwood as a partnership, I just off face value, I was a bit like, I'm not sure it works. But what did you think about them two in the middle of the park?
I wasn't too concerned. I was concerned when I saw them two starting against Liverpool, but then they proved to me that that kind of works against Liverpool, and that the way we played didn't really mean that we needed too much of a physical centre midfield duo. I mean, again, Ayari against Liverpool showed that he has physical attributes, showed that his tackling was insane against Liverpool. So I was confident that he could do the job against City as well. But yeah, it just shows that when you do have a powerhouse like Baleba, the game can change. So maybe we'll see Baleba. Well, I think Baleba obviously didn't start because of the injury or the injury that he had against Liverpool, which is why we didn't see him play in that match. So maybe he will start in the next game. But to have him as an impact coming off the bench is incredible as well. But yeah, I wasn't too concerned when I saw Yari and Hinchwood starting, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I said when it got to about 35 minutes, I said to the boys, I was like, if we can get to half time 1-0 down, I still fancy us because we can make substitutions. The strength and depth we've got on the bench. You look at that bench; it was so strong, and even the players that came on proved that as well. Obviously, on the flip side as well, Man City equally, they had Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Akanji, Ake. Both benches were stacked, to be fair. So, yeah, it was always going to be one of those games, I think, where the substitutes were going to make an impact. 1-0 down at half-time. Obviously, disappointing.
Before we go in the second half, though,
go on.
I want to say we had that chance, Welbeck, blocked by Vardiol, but people were saying, is it a handball? I don't know if you've seen it since, Maz.
No, I haven't seen it since. No, but but when I was watching it, live, I didn't think anything of it. I just thought it was a good block from Guardiola. But what was it? A handball, was it?
Well, I feel like it would have been harsh, but like he's sliding, so his elbow's like he's leaning on his elbow, and then it kind of hits his elbow here whilst it's on the ground. Like the ground's here, and it's kind of hit him here whilst he's sliding. I feel like it would have been harsh, but I mean, I'm pretty sure they've probably been given for some of the top six clubs before. So,
mate, look,
top six club, and you have Liverpool on your badge. Or
let's talk about the refereeing because Jesus, he was awful. Like he was terrible. The ref, mate, the one on the Dingra,
the Dingra one when Nunes was clapped. Oh yeah,
mate, outrageous, absolutely disgraceful decision. The fact he didn't give that. Was just awful officiating, and I thought he had a terrible game pretty much all round. This comes back to what we always talk about, the state of officiating. I remember when I went on the overlap and I got some people, Carragher even disagree with me on the overlap, and when I said that officiating is the worst, that officiating in the Premier League is the worst it's ever been, and I still stand by it, I still stick by it. I think just the level of officiating is awful, and when I said that they got VAR to back them up, I still agree with it. However, I think the point I was trying to make was, forget the technology, because the technology is great. It's about how people use it. It's about the training in the country. Like, we still need to train these referees so much better. And I thought yesterday was just a perfect example of how not to officiate a game. He was terrible, but at least we won.
Dinger's literally put the ball through Nunes' legs, so Nunes hasn't got a single touch on the ball. So because when the replay's coming around, I was like, oh, maybe Nunes got a touch on the ball, which is why the ref didn't give it. And the slow-mo replay comes through. Dingra puts it perfectly through his legs. Nunes gets none of the ball and just like runs into him. There's a clash of heads as well, which is even worse. It's just the most clumsy and dangerous tackle that you'll see this weekend, and that it wasn't even checked. It wasn't even given as a foul. Like that is absolutely outrageous. I mean, Arsenal fans would still be crying now, and if that had happened to one of their players. So, but it just gets overlooked. I don't think it was even mentioned on Match of the Day when I watched it last night before bed. So obviously because we're Brighton, no one gives a shit, but I thought that was absolutely outrageous call not to give it. Mate,
honestly, everyone went ballistic as well. Like soon as he went down and the ref just waved play on, everyone just, there was a massive roar. And yeah, I just can't believe how he's seen that and not given it is insane to me. But yeah, thankfully it didn't have an impact on the game. But Ben, like, think about it. If let's say we ended up losing that game, potentially that could have been a free kick on the edge of the box where Welbeck could have easily stepped up and put that top bins. Obviously, in a perfect world, I'm not saying it definitely would happen, but yeah, it's those kind of decisions that can genuinely ruin a game and ruin a result for you. And considering how big of a game that was for both sides, it's those little minor details which can have a massive impact. So I just think it's so poor from referees that they don't even, come out after a game and admit, like, oh yeah, this was wrong, or, there's no accountability as well. That's what pisses me off. So yeah, it was just frustrating to see that.
They've got managers doing the they've got managers doing the halftime interviews now.
Yeah, I saw
Remember
that.
They
Herzler.
made that change a few weeks ago. So Herzler's doing an interview at halftime, but they can't interview or speak to referees at halftime or full time. So it's ridiculous. I can't remember what the phase after that was. Like, what was the phase of play after? Because City had a counter attack.
I think City had a counter attack
up in the box. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I was thinking, here we go. It's going to be 2-0 City, yeah.
But this is what I mean. So imagine they did counter attack, go up the other end and score, make it 2-0. The game's dead and gone, probably, most likely. So yeah, I just think it's so key that referees basically take accountability and also get better at being refs, I suppose. Bottom line.
I do want to quickly preface though, guys, if you are listening and you hear a really weird noise like this, that is my chair squeaking, not me releasing
Farting.
gas, okay? So,
Yeah.
in the
He has
comments,
been quite gassy
don't cook
today,
me.
so he could be lying. No one knows.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ben, you mentioned the save from
Yeah.
Verbruggen as well first half. He was fantastic, I thought. All throughout, he made some huge key saves. He was brilliant between the sticks. How important has he been since he obviously had his injury at the beginning of the season, but he had a fantastic Euros, and now it looks like he's becoming a vital part of the Brighton cog for our pursuit in Champions League football.
Champions League triple. Yeah, absolutely. And the title race as well, Mass. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, of course.
But no, I think he's been absolutely solid. He's been so solid. He still, puts like a dodgy pass every now and then. But I mean, if you play the way we do, that's probably going to happen. No goalkeeper's going to be perfect unless you're Edison's passing ability. But that's why he plays for Man City. That's why Verbruggen's at Brighton. But the good thing is we don't have Robert Sanchez, because I was watching the game yesterday with a Chelsea fan and he was going, "Can we have Verbruggen, please?" And I was like, "Can you fuck off?" Because he's like, Sanchez is absolutely woeful. But no, Verbruggen is class. I'm so happy that he's our solid number one now. Jason still my lord. We can always have him as a great second, as an option for backup. But yeah, Verbruggen is really, really good to see him like showing the class that he has. And we put a lot of time in him, I guess. And it's a lot of what's the word I'm trying to look for? I guess there's a lot of weight on his shoulders coming in as a young goalkeeper. Well, yeah, but there's a lot of like pressure on him to come in and be the number one at our club as a young goalkeeper. But it's paying off now.
Yeah, long gone are the days of 1 and 2 Steele Verbruggen every other week having a different goalkeeper in the sticks. And then it looks like De Zerbi's lost the plot in Marseille as well. So that probably explains a lot of that, really. But yeah.
Wait, has he? What's going on?
Oh yeah, he after a game they lost 3-1 to Auxerre, and he said that he wanted to leave. So he said he was like, "If you guys don't back me, I'll leave." So yeah, he pretty much threatened to leave after a press conference. So yeah, De Zerbi being mental as always. It's funny though. He had such a great start, and I feel like it's all. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, he's taken over from Amorim, or maybe he's taking the Man United job, and it was all a smokescreen with Amorim. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? But yeah. Anyway, moving on. First half it was. I don't think we played badly. Just to reiterate, I thought we created a few little moments. That like you said, the Welbeck chance. But yeah, I don't think we played too badly, and I don't think Man City really, apart from that Savinho and the Haaland goal. I don't think they created that much, to be honest, in the first half. So, yeah, going into the second half, I did have a bit of confidence, and I thought, yeah, if we bring on the right players, obviously Baleba coming on was a big change at half-time. I was really confident. So, yeah, going into the second half, things changed. You could sense something was in the air. The Amex air, under the lights. It was, it was good atmosphere.
You genuinely could.
Yeah.
We were watching it, was going, there's a goal here for Brighton, there's a goal here for Brighton, there's a goal for Brighton. And it comes. But, I mean, also Gridder coming on as well. It's interesting how much game time is he going to get when March comes back. Because you forget that you've got a solid March coming back from injury as well. It's going to be insane. But it's so nice to see Herzler now putting all this time into Gridder, because I feel like that was probably one of Herzler's signings that he also wanted. I know a lot of the signings we do are through the club, but a German lad, a young German prospect that our German head coach can develop and make into an absolute well-beater. So I feel like he's probably got an additional interest in making Gridder a brilliant player. But it's nice to see him getting some game time as well, because he looks great as well. I mean, just another unbelievable player. And then obviously, like you said, Baleba comes on and makes the impact. But do you think Baleba is now getting to the heights that Caicedo left us at? So Caicedo's peak at Brighton, how far away do you think Baleba is now? Because that performance was pretty much near enough on par with some of Caicedo's best performances, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's no doubting Baleba's potential. I think he's arguably, in terms of potential and how the levels he can hit, I think he's definitely on par with Caicedo from what I've seen. However, right now, I think he's still got a bit to go. I think he's still got a bit of time.
No, I'm talking
to get
about
to
Brighton
level.
Caicedo, not Chelsea Caicedo.
No, I know. Even Brighton Caicedo, I think he's
Oh,
still
okay.
got. Yeah, I think he's still got a little bit to go still. But that's not to say he can't surpass that. I think genuinely he can be a better player than Moises Caicedo, because I think he's got every attribute that Caicedo's got and a little bit more as well. So yeah, to answer your question, I think as of right now, I don't think he's surpassed Brighton Caicedo, but I think it's only a matter of time because he is special. He's a special player, and I think he could be our next 100 million man. I think.
Chelsea offer us a player swap deal with Caicedo.
yeah. I mean, you take it. I mean, Caicedo, to be fair to him, he's smashing it at Chelsea now. So it was, and also as well, when he first signed for Chelsea, loads of people were like, "Oh, Caicedo's not good enough. Brighton have swindled us. Like they pulled our pants down," which to an extent we did. But he is an absolute baller, and we all knew he was. So yeah, I'm actually quite glad for him that he's doing well at Chelsea. Not that Chelsea are doing well, obviously, but I'm glad that Caicedo's doing well at Chelsea. It's a fair play to him. But yeah, Baleba, I'm very excited about his future. I think he's got such a bright future ahead of him. What I just want him to do is obviously his fitness in terms of even not like being fit in terms of injuries, but being fit lasting 90 minutes, because we always see him come off at like 70, 60, 80 minutes, and it's just frustrating. I think he just needs to work his match fitness up to be able to last 90 minutes, because I think that's so key, because if you can't last the whole 90, then really I don't think you're ever going to hit the full, the top entry.
Should only get paid 70% of his wages, shouldn't he? If he can't last 90 minutes.
I mean, that would not go down well, I don't think, in football if that happened.
That's the most that's the most gammon thing you could possibly say, isn't it? If he only plays 3 minutes, he should only get 3% of his wages.
Yeah, get a pay per minute. That'd be good. Do that kind of style.
Yeah, pay per minute. Was it pay to play? I can't remember what. Yeah, I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah, well, whatever the thing is, my brain is frazzled. It was a great day yesterday, so my brain is still scrambled.
My dad's having a gym session in the room next door for some reason. I don't know if you can hear that.
So yeah, if you can hear grunts, so not only farts, but if you can hear grunts as well. That is Ben's dad.
Still not me.
Yeah, going for
Get me
it.
back.
But yeah, Ben, the Hinchelwood header, fantastic cross from Estepinian, unbelievable whipping. And yeah, if Hinchelwood had just, I know it sounds so simple to say, but if you just put it either side, anywhere but where he put it,
Either side.
That was 1-1. But no, it was a great header, and I suppose a good save in the end by Edison, right?
Yeah, it was. But I mean, it's weird to say, but if you want someone to be headering it in the ball for Brighton, it's Hinchelwood. He scored some unbelievable headers for us.
He's so good with his head.
Very strange that he's suddenly our
heading
king.
Pause.
Yeah,
pause.
But yeah, straight at the keeper was a shame. Pause. Yeah, pause. Nice big pause. But no, yeah, that was a shame. And also went off injured. It looked like he was crying to me. He had his shirt over his eyes for quite a bit when he got injured. I don't know what it was, because he's had a really, really good run in the team for like 6 months now, pretty much. So I feel like this, I could be wrong. That's why we need Jack on the podcast. But I feel like this could be his first injury. He was on the pitch at the full time though, and he was kind of smiling. I'm pretty sure. Again, unless the drink was making me think it was someone else, I have no idea. But so I'm not too concerned that it'll be a big injury. But yeah, he did look visibly upset when he got injured. So Jack, if you are listening, which you probably are, obviously, because all the players listen to this, we wish you a speedy recovery, mate, because we need you.
Yeah, 100%. Well, yeah, and I think he got injured earlier. Yeah, let me quickly check his injury history, see if he's. So I'm pretty sure he got injured earlier in last.
He did, yeah. He got a foot injury, didn't he? He broke his toe.
That's it. Broke his foot. So he's out for 180 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
From Feb to August, he was out for.
There's my
for 180 days. So yeah, the fact that obviously he's had that injury, maybe he's got a bit of PTSD in terms of like, oh, what if I've got another bit of a long-term injury? That's probably why he looks quite emotional. But yeah, fingers crossed, it's nothing too serious.
Yeah.
And we hope he's recovered pretty quickly. But I don't think it was too serious.
And it's good to see him playing centre mid now, isn't it? Because when he was playing right back so consistently, we were like, could we just see him playing centre mid, his natural position? now he is, and now he's kind of asserting himself as a centre midfield option, which is great. And when Veltman comes off, when Hinshelwood's starting, Hinshelwood moves to that right back slot, and that's sorted. That's a substitution saved. So he's such a good player to have in the team. He's a young Milner. 100%. He can do it all, mate.
Mate, utility man. What a guy. He's a better version of John O'Shea, I'd say. But with regards to Hinshelwood, though, and his him coming off, it was a shame, but it meant that those further players that came off the bench could make an impact. And one of those players was Matt O'Reilly, Ben. And what a guy. What a man. Actually, before we get into Matt O'Reilly, let's do João Pedro's goal, actually, just so we do it in chronological order.
Don't tease me like that, Maz.
Sorry, just for my OCD. We'll do it in chronological order. João Pedro. Again, Matoma. Just want to shout out. I'm back. Matoma was brilliant. First of all, I thought he had a really, really good game. I thought he was really active down that left-hand side. But what I want to say is, Kyle Walker, by the way, he is finished. He's awful. He needs to get in the bin. He is not very good at football anymore. There was a couple of times which we noticed.
I think João Pedro beat him for pace, didn't he? And I was thinking, João Pedro, if João Pedro's beating you for pace, not João Pedro's quick, but he's not as quick as Kyle Walker. So seeing that happen, you're thinking, Kyle's on his last legs here, isn't he?
Well, in his defence to Kyle Walker, he did catch him up in the end. But I know what you mean. He is slowly declining. Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, pretty sure. Unless I'm thinking of another moment. But anyway, he was terrible anyway. He was awful. There was a moment in time, right? I remember we picked this out. It was twice actually, where he basically, I think when he was covering, he'd tuck in, and then Savinho was meant to come in as like an extra sort of wing back maybe. But there was two occasions where Kyle Walker, so one for the goal and one for another chance that we had, where instead of coming out to his man, he'd then tuck in, but Savinho wouldn't come back. So there was this massive gap where Matoma could operate in. And I think he was getting frustrated. And then Guardiola started having words with him on the sideline, like proper going at him, like it looked quite heated. And I think he wasn't happy with the way he was defending. But he was just giving so much space to Matoma. And there was such a big gap at times at right back because either he wasn't pushing out or he was tucking in, basically being very indecisive. So, it was a strange performance, Kyle Walker. I thought he was pretty poor, to be honest. And I thought Matoma took full advantage.
Good tactics from Herzler as well, to be fair.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is strange because I can't remember what podcast I was listening to. Weirdly, it was a clip with Rio Ferdinand and Zinchenko. And Zinchenko was talking about playing against Liverpool when he was up against Salah. I'm like, what would you do? You'd have runners from the midfield. So the fullback being Zinchenko will either have Salah on the wide that he needs to mark, but then you have Wijnaldum, I think it was, that would run through the middle. So he's like torn between like which player to go for. And when you've got like João Pedro in that pocket behind the striker, you kind of can just cause a little bit of chaos in the defensive area. So maybe like those sorts of tactics are working. And then plus Kyle Walker falling off the face of the earth with his decline. Couldn't have happened to a better bloke. Obviously both happening.
He's a questionable bloke, isn't he? And he's got his ties to Brighton. If you know, you know. He has got his ties to Brighton.
A number of different. Anyway,
but just talking about that, Ben. Actually, you brought up a good point. I really enjoyed that link up between Estepinian, Matoma, João Pedro on the left. Like when they were linking up, doing those, they were like doing their little little triangles of passes. It was just, it was really nice to see them linking up like that.
Jogger Benito.
Jogger Benito, mate. And a bit of a scrappy goal from João Pedro, but he took it well.
Kyle Walker is Jogger Finito. I'll be here a week.
Wow. Guys, round of applause.
Let's end the pod here. It's not getting any better than that.
Jogger Finito. You heard it here first. Guys, well done, Ben. That was fantastic lyricism. But yes, Ben, scrappy goal, João Pedro. But he had to be in that position in the first place to be able to put it in.
Yeah, in that position, just have to smash it. It was coming. It was deserved. Rico Lewis was trying to do starfishes on the ball, lying on the ground. Everyone was falling over. It was a very scrappy Football League goal. But yeah, it's nice to see João Pedro put it in the back of the net. I feel like it's definitely deserved, especially after missing that Hinshelwood header. So yeah, and great to see João Pedro get it as well. That started it. That was a huge catalyst for what happened moments later. But yeah, him running to the camera saying "I'm back." I mean, that is That's what you love to
So
see, isn't it? Remember when Perv done it against
Estepinian
Tottenham,
2.0.
saying I'm
Yeah.
back. Same corner as well, I'm pretty sure. It's in that north.
It was.
The west. No, yeah, the west north. Left. Oh my god, I can't say it. My word. Northwest corner. Christ. Anyway,
Yes,
take over.
that is correct. That is correct. Also, how funny was Haaland's reaction when that goal went in? I don't know if you've seen it or if anyone's seen it, but if you haven't seen it,
Yeah.
search Haaland, reaction or goal reaction into Twitter or whatever sort of social media platform, and you'll find it. And he goes absolutely ballistic, and it's great to see because he has a bit.
It's
of
like that famous.
And also, he was very sulky
Scream
the whole
painting, isn't it? You know the Scream. Is it Van Gogh? The Van Gogh Scream painting where he's like, it's like that.
Yeah, he looks a bit like him too. Also missing an ear, but Ben, he was very, very moany the whole game. I thought Haaland, he needs to grow up a little bit. To be honest, he was a bit of a moaner. He looked like he was, not too happy at most times. And then of course he had his little altercation with Van Hecker at the end as well, where it all kicked off. And he ended up getting booked, I believe, as well. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he did get booked.
Maz, we could have Jack for this final third, depending on what time you need to go, because I need to go at 10:30. So we could do us three quickly, and then Jack could probably. I could pass the baton on to Jack to finish the podcast because we still got a lot to talk about with O'Reilly as well.
There we go. Okay, right.
He's out.
I haven't got any food on my face or anything. No. Okay.
And we're back with Jack Albion. He's graced us with his presence. He didn't want to, come on because he thought it was too big time now. He's gone. He's elevated now in the Brighton scene. So yeah, he's graced with his presence. How are you, Jack, mate? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
You sound so hoarse.
Sounding like a picture of health.
Sounds like sounds like he's been in the dark, spending a night in Platinum Lace. That sort of voice.
I didn't come home that late. I just sort of like I just like speed run snoozing through my alarm. So
good.
Yeah, no. Great evening had by all.
Yes, what a fantastic day at the Amex. I was saying, Jack, just quickly, we're going to get your thoughts just in a nutshell, because obviously we've covered quite a few bits, me and Ben. But I told Ben the atmosphere in the Amex yesterday was unbelievable. I thought it was one of the best I've heard it in a long, long time. So yeah, Jack, give us your general thoughts on the game and let us know what you think. In general, just a little update for us.
Yeah, I mean, that atmosphere was special last night. It's up there with some of the best atmospheres I've heard at the Amex. I just thought everybody. I think because we had nothing to lose. Because I don't I remember watching the first or like halfway through the second half. And I think I said it's been a fantastic game in the second half. I don't really care if we managed to lose this 1-0. I think we played really, really well. Sort of prove it. And I think we had nothing to lose. Everybody was lagered up because it was a 5:30 kickoff. That's the secret to everything. Goals and lager. Goals and lager. Under the lights.
Well, what a great summary that was from Jack. Short but sweet. You pretty much hit the nail on the head there, Jack. It was a special night. You could sense something was brewing in that second half. But I agree with you. Even if we had lost that game, even if we'd lost 1-0, I would have gone out of that game thinking, do you know what? We actually played really well. We gave it a good goal after the first half. But yeah, second half, it all changed. Baleba, the beast, came on. As we've discussed, he's a special guy. Yeah. And then O'Reilly. Let's talk about O'Reilly's brilliant moment. Great ball from João Pedro. Got his goal and assist, which was great. Jack, what did you think of that brilliant moment? It must have been so much for him as well, especially after his injury.
Yeah, it's great to see him come on. I think everybody was a bit disappointed with Jack going off because I thought he had a good game actually, Hinchwood. Probably should have done better with the header, but other than that, I thought he was really, really good in the midfield, especially when Baleba came on at the beginning of that second half. But so the shame he had to come on, but to see Matt O'Reilly come back on after his interesting start to Brighton career with an injury and stuff like that. So yeah, no, it was really good. It reminded me of, I don't think it was that similar to, but the way sort of the phase of the goal reminded me of the Marseille goal a little bit. Like the way it sort of flicked through and then all of a sudden powered home.
Yeah.
I think that was just a lovely, because he does seem like a very nice guy, Matt O'Reilly. He talks very well. He's very, very well spoken. And I think it must have meant a lot for him to to get that goal at the end.
To get injured like 8 minutes into his to his proper Brighton debut against Crawley, disgusting tackle, as we all know, we've said it so many times, and then to make your Premier League debut against the formidable champions, and then to make them lose 4 games in a row, just so poetic. And Matt O'Reilly, what a fucking moment for him in front of the North Stand as well. Beautiful fucking scenes.
Just a shame he doesn't wear the number 44. That would have made it even better.
That's true. That's true. We do need to sort out his number soon. Obviously, once a few people go out the door, maybe. But 33 is not the best number for O'Reilly. But
I don't know if you boys saw as well.
With his feet is the main thing.
I don't know if you boys saw as well the tweet from Paddy Power where they said that he must have felt like he was playing Rangers about how easy the goal was, and I was just like, "That's great chat. That is great chat." But no, it was a fantastic moment for him. I thought you could see the sort of release of emotion when he scored that goal, and it must have been like a weight off his shoulders, which was great to see. And also, I really enjoyed him not knowing how to olay the North Stand. That was a big highlight for me.
Oh yeah.
How do you not know how to do? It's the most simple thing in football. I don't know how he didn't grasp the concept.
Has he not been watching our games as well? Has he not been watching?
Yeah. Well,
even then he was poor.
Being able to show him was mad. Yeah. Jack, were you orchestrating that?
No, I wasn't. But I was going to say that, like, what made me laugh was I think City did a substitution straight after Matt O'Reilly coming on. And I was just thinking, like, coming on for City, number 26, Jay Williams. I just thought maybe City would try and bring him on just to try and finish him. But it did not happen. But
I don't think Crawley players are in Pep's mind, to be honest. I think they're the last person he'd probably want to sign at this point in time. But that would have been funny, just for dramatic effect. That would have been good. If it was like a WWE or something. Yeah. Something Vince McMahon would do, actually. So, Jack, maybe you need to get into football script writing, maybe. That could be a good line of work for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And then,
Maz, was Jan-Paul Van Heck for some reason, because obviously Harden tried taking Van Heck for a walk and dragging him by his shirt. That was mental. So I have no idea what Pep was talking about to Van Heck. Apparently, he said, according to TalkSport, but I don't know if it was one of their articles, but apparently he said, like, when you're having a tussle with Haaland, you need to stay on your feet. Apparently he said something along those lines or something like that.
Yeah, I believe that's what it was.
What's he talking about? What? Pep was just being a weirdo again. Like, in a shock twist of events, Pep was being a weirdo at the end of the game because he lost. And this is the thing, like, Pep gives us all these, like, compliments. Because I remember it, like, he gives us all these compliments. Brighton are a really great team. They play really nice football. And then when we beat them, like he did when we beat him under Potter, he loses the plot at the end of the game, like he did when I think he had an argument with Potter for some bizarre reason. So that was a bit of a strange moment, but it is what it is, isn't it?
He's a bit
of a strange guy, to be fair. Yeah, he's a strange one, isn't he? But that was interesting. Maybe he was trying to sign him.
As soon as you score, he does this. He always does this, doesn't he? Like,
he has a massive swig of water. Yeah. It's like his go-to. I think it must be like a coping mechanism, maybe.
It is.
He's got something he's got to do every time that they go 1-0 down. But listen, it was an incredible game. I know Jack's appearance is very short and sweet here, but Jack, any final thought? Anything you want to get off your chest in our Brighton therapy session before we end it?
Just a fantastic night out at the Amex. Really, really enjoyable. Finished it all off with a dollar kebab. At 12:50 when I was last seen on WhatsApp.
1:24 actually.
Were you worried that I was dead, like when Maz didn't turn up?
Yeah, no, I was, because you said you literally texted me, not even in the group chat, when I messaged you privately being like 9:30, Jack, you were like, yes, I'll be there. I was like, yeah, you will be there.
I love how sincerely you asked that, Jack. That's so funny. Did you think I was going to die, guys?
Yeah, I also like. It's also bad because I doubled down with Ben that I will be there on time. I was like, I will be there. Yeah. I will be there. We will be there.
I did say you're probably just in Albion kebabs. Didn't I, at the beginning?
Oh yeah, no. I sat on the couch and I watched Match of the Day, and I think that went on until like 1 a.m. So
nice.
Also, just something completely unrelated. Actually, Final comment. After watching Match of the Day, Kepa's shit. Kepa, what a terrible goalkeeper that guy is. Like, I just thought he was dreadful. Like, you see that goal where he got done at the near post? Awful goalkeeper.
I've actually
That
not
was
seen it.
unrelated. Just thought.
Yeah, but appreciate the update.
Dreadful.
Yeah, and on that note,
And
oh, go on.
I was going to say a very quick one. That Damsgaard who plays for Brentford, hairline. What the fuck's going on there?
Oh my god, he has to go
someone like
Turkey. He has to
Yeah,
go Turkey.
he's someone that needs to find a Turkish club immediately. Immediately. So there you go. That's what I have to say.
Oh, well, Jack, thank you so much for your input. I'm so glad you came on. That has been really insightful, and really appreciate you coming on. So, boys, final thing, comments down below. What are we going for?
O'Reilly the boy, but spell boy BHOY as Celtics fans do.
Oh, that's weird.
Good.
But okay.
Our first foray into sectarianism here.
Yeah. Also,
No,
as well,
well, you know, we'll.
final thing I just want to say is I have got a charity match today. So if anyone wants to donate, it's going towards Lebanon and Palestine as well. So yeah, it's for a great cause. So make sure if you want to donate a little bit of money, go on my Instagram.
What position are you playing?
Hopefully,
back in the
changing rooms.
Hey.
Not
Lads. Goalkeeper. Mate, imagine the carnage if I was in goal. It'd be about 20-0. But no, thankfully...
Maz versus Cal the Dragon.
yeah. But yeah, if you want to donate, go on my Instagram and all that jazz. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, watching. What an incredible night at the Amex. It was amazing. What a win. Going into the international break. 4th in the Premier League as it stands. Obviously, Chelsea yet to play. And Arsenal, sorry. So yeah, what a way to finish it. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll see you after the international break. Peace.
Yes, we will, baby. Peace.
Peace.